Hey guys, what is up? DJ Man here, back with another video, and welcome to the first major video of Dragon Ball Z month. What is Dragon Ball Z month, you may be asking? Well, every video this month will be Dragon Ball Z related, and I thought I'd go ahead and start off this month with a bang, and that is talking about my top 10 worst Dragon Ball Z games. So let's go ahead and get started. At number 10, Dragon Ball Battle of Z. Now the reason why this game is so low on my list is because I don't think that Battle of Z is as bad as people make it out to be. I do agree that the combat is repetitive, the way that you do your ultimate moves, like Goku's Spirit Bomb, sucks, the difficulty spikes were annoying like the final Cell fight, and to top things off, the AI did suck like 90% of the time. But again, I still don't hate this game as much as the next person. At number 9 comes the first Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi for the PlayStation 2. Now I know what you guys are thinking. I know he did not just put one of the legendary Tenkaichi games on this list, but please, let me explain. Now I was absolutely in love with this game when it first came out. It was the first that I know of DBZ game that got a full 3D environment for us to fight in. It had characters that I'd never thought would be in a DBZ game, like all of the Ginyu Force, and the story mode was great in my opinion. But the thing about this game, and what lands it on this list, is its gameplay. When it first came out, it was the best thing ever in my opinion. But when you compare it to the gameplay in Tenkaichi 2 and 3, it's pretty bad. It feels really repetitive and stale when you compare it to the other two games. So that is why it ends up at my number 9. At number 8, Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. Again, this is one of those DBZ games that I don't hate as much as the next person. But the thing about this game is that it's basically just a huge game of rock, paper, scissors, and that gets old really fast. And I remember having to force my way through the story mode because it was just the same old thing and nothing really new. The only good things about this game are the graphics, the fact that you get to make your own character, and the new animated cutscenes that only made me wish that Dragon Ball Z Kai was like it. At number 7 is Dragon Ball Z Sagas. Now the reason why this game is so low on this list is because I actually liked this game as a kid. The game had 2-player co-op, you could unlock Bardock and Brawly as secret characters, and Brawly would just wreck everything. He was just so overpowered and fun to play as. But now that I'm older, I can definitely see the flaws that this game has. All the characters pretty much do the same combos, all the energy attacks look the same, the backtracking and collecting stuff suck. The bosses took forever. I remember fighting bosses and then the game would glitch to where I couldn't kill said boss, so I had to start the whole level over, on top of the fact that the bosses took long to kill. It was just a bad game, but I liked it as a kid. At number 6, The Legacy of Goku 1. One of the things I remember about this game is how unnecessarily hard it was, and I also remember how bad it was compared to Legacy of Goku 2 and Boo's Fury because I played those two games first before playing this one. This game is just truly awful compared to Boo's Fury and Legacy of Goku 2. At number 5. I know I might get some hate for putting this one on the list, but at my number 5 is Super Dragon Ball Z. I know a lot of people like this one, but I hated it when I was a kid. And I knew I wasn't going to like this game from the first time I saw it. It wasn't the next DBZ game I wanted to play after playing the first Tenkaichi. There was no story mode, it was an arcade mode where you would choose a character and fight 7 enemies, the last 2 always being Frieza and Cell. I didn't like the controls or the gameplay that much. I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to pull off super moves, and the moveset menu didn't help. The game had less characters than the first Budokai game. The only redeeming qualities I can think for this game is that it had Chi-Chi and King Piccolo as playable characters, and the graphics were actually pretty good, but other than that I hated this game. At number 4... Now here comes the real trash, and where it started getting hard for me to put these games in order because the rest of the games on this list are the real epitome of bad Dragon Ball Z games that I have played. Starting with number 4, Dragon Ball Z, the collectible card game for the Game Boy Advance. Now this was going to be my number 1, but then I realized I don't really remember too much about this game other than the fact of not really liking it. So I bet you guys are wondering why I put this game so high up on my list if I don't remember it that well. Well, because what I do remember is how disappointed I was with this game. All I saw on the front case of this game was the words Dragon Ball Z and a picture of Trunks, and I didn't really pay attention to the words that said collectible card game. And that is probably what my mom saw when she bought this game for me for Christmas. She saw that it had Dragon Ball Z on it. She's like, my son loves Dragon Ball Z, I'm getting that for him. And so what I thought I was getting was a cool fighting game was just a card game for the Game Boy Advance. If I wanted to play card games on my Game Boy, then I would have played Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm not bashing on Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatsoever. In fact, one of my favorite games on the Game Boy Advance is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sacred Cards. But I'm getting off topic here, so yeah, Dragon Ball Z collectible card game is at this number because it's such a huge disappointment. At the 3 comes Dragon Ball GT Final Bout, and look at this, I still have this piece of garbage. It's just overall a bad game. I remember only playing this game only just a very few times. Even as a kid, I could tell this game was a piece of trash. And that was a real accomplishment to get me as a kid to realize how bad a game was, especially a Dragon Ball Z game. So bravo to you. At number 2 comes Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22, and look, I still have this game too. Almost everything about this game is bad. Let's go ahead and talk about the good because I just feel like talking about it. I think the character models the game used for the characters was kind of cool, and the cover art is really cool. In fact, I think it's amazing. In fact, I think it's one of the best looking cover arts to any DBZ game. I mean, look at it. It's so awesome. But other than those two things, the rest of the game is complete garbage, from the music, controls, to the fact that pretty much all the attacks look the same. The Japanese voice acting got on my nerves as a kid. Oh, I guess there is one more good thing I can say about it, and that is the intro to the game. That's also, the animated intro is also kind of cool. But you know a game's bad when one of the only good things you can say about it is that the cover art looks cool. Before I get to my number 1, I do have a few honorable mentions. The first one being Dragon Ball Z for Connect. The reason why that this game isn't on my list is because I haven't played it, and it wouldn't really feel right putting a game that I haven't played onto this list. I also wanted to say that the reason why Dragon Ball Evolution isn't on this list is because I haven't played it, and also I don't really think that it's a bad game. The movie that it's based off, yes it is, but the game itself, I don't think it's really that bad. And my number 1 is Dragon Ball Z Taiketsu for the Game Boy Advance. I don't even want to talk about this game. There are no redeeming qualities about this game whatsoever. With every other game on this list, I was able to at least say I could at least find maybe 1 or 2 good things to say about the game. But not with this game. There is nothing good about it whatsoever. From the gameplay, the music, there's absolutely nothing. And honestly, the one thing that I hate the most about this game are the graphics. They are just flat out ugly, and they make me sick. And those are the reasons why this is the worst DBZ game, in my opinion. Well, there you guys have it. This was my list of the worst Dragon Ball Z games of all time, and that also brings an end to the first major video of Dragon Ball Z month. And I hope to see you guys for the next one. So do you guys agree with my list? Do you guys think I'm completely wrong? Leave your comments down below. And also give me what you guys think are the worst DBZ games of all time are. Give me your top 5, your top 3, or just give me your number 1. I just really want to know. And if you guys like this video, like the video. And if you like me, subscribe to me. And as always, this is DBZ Man, and I'll catch y'all next time.